Hello guys, good evening guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time you're watching this video. If you're seeing my face for the first time, my name is Confidence Nweze and I'm a mommy vlogger based in Lagos, Nigeria. So guys, today is Vlogmas day 7 or 8. Guys, I've lost count at this point, but I think it's 7 or 8. Yes, I'm going to put it on the screen when I finish editing the video. So guys, today I am so excited because I'm going to be filming how I prepare my banga stew or banga soup. Some people call it banga stew, some people call it banga soup. So anyone you call it, I'm going to be showing you how I prepare mine, like the way you're going to prepare it, and you can't go wrong with it. You can't go wrong with it, guys. I want to show you the delicious way, the sweet way, in fact the way I do it that made me captured my husband with the cooking. You get? Guys, don't mind me please. So I just want to show you from the start to the finish of the cooking. So if you're wondering what is banga soup, maybe you are from the foreign part of the country or abroad. So this stew is the stew we use for rice, but we actually prepare it with kernel. Yes, and we use it as stew for rice. Let's go to my kitchen right now. Let me unveil every unveilable for you. Let me show you how I prep everything and go through everything, like we are going through this process together. So guys, I am in my kitchen right now, and inside this pressure pot is my banga and it's boiling. I've washed it properly, poured it inside the pressure pot, and I'm actually using the pressure pot so that it can be faster. Then over this place, over to this side, these are the things I'm going to be using to prepare it. And this here, so we have crayfish, we have my red meat, we have pepper, we have, this thing is actually called erima or orima. Some people call it orima, some people call it erima. So but it's the same thing. It's used for banga, and I prefer it than the sachet one that is already grounded. This one gives me a better taste in my banga stew. Then this one is called ehuru. It's a locally sourced ingredient for banga stew too. And guys, if you want to use this thing, you have to like put it in a fire so that the scent can come out. You don't just pound it that way, because you are supposed to pound it, but before you pound, make sure you put it in a fire, let fire touch it. Maybe use a spoon that has hole, like this type of, let me see if I can find one here. You can use this type of spoon. You get? When you put it, then you take it over the fire like this so that the scent can come out. Then the next thing I have here is my dry fish. I'm going to be using this dry fish. I'm going to be using this, and this is the only, will I say, sachet ingredient I have here, and it's for pepper soup actually, but I'm going to be using it because I like my banga stew giving me that pepper soup vibes, especially in this period where I just search for pepper soup things, something pepperish, all those stuff. So yeah, and over here guys, we have the scent leaf, which is also called nchau. So this is nchau, and we are going to be using this for the banga, and this is our vegetable for the banga. Then this is our stock fish, or you can call it okporoko. Then this is our Maggi cubes that we are going to be using. Then I'm going to blend some of this ginger and garlic inside the food. So guys, I've turned off the heat on the pressure pot, and right now I won't open it up because I've allowed it to cool. So this is my banga, to sieve it right now and pound. So guys, as you can see, this is where the work actually begins. And here I have sieved my pan kernel, and I'm going to pour it inside a mortar right now and start pounding. So you would want to do this for a very long time so that the flesh can be separated properly from the kernel seeds. Doing it that way will make you get more puree out of the kernels and the flesh. So after that, I went to my meat to check it because I already cooked it up a little bit with some pepper, onions, salt, and spice. I actually used a little water to pre-boil the meat because I have some leftover stock which I added later. So right now we are back to the kernels, and I am using a warm water to separate the water from the kernels. Like I want to is massage the word? I don't really know how to explain this, but I am trying to bring out those purees from the kernel seed and the flesh. So when you do this very well, it will help you get more water out of the kernels, like Banga water. So yes, after this I just start bringing out the flesh from the water, separating it from the water. And while doing this, I still get another water where I raise it, because I like raising the flesh 2 times in order to get all the like Banga out of it. So this is what I am actually doing right now. As you can see, the second water I'm using to raise it. Then after that, I just pour the kernel seed inside the shifter. When I pour it, then I use the second water which I'm using to raise the flesh of the kernels. I use the second water now to raise the kernels, because the kernels don't have a lot of Banga on it. So yes, this is what I do, and you have to do this carefully to avoid sand, to avoid dirty, because when there is much sand, it might be sandy. When you cook it finish, it might taste sandy. So just take your time and do this carefully and properly. So after that, as you can see, I went on to sieve it the second time after pouring it inside the pot. So I just allowed it to settle a little bit. You are going to see it. Then I poured it again in another pot. So I did it that way because there is definitely still going to be sand underneath the pot. Things like sand is the Banga that I'll always produce those sands. So this is what I am actually doing right now. So I'm trying to sieve it the second time to make sure that there is no sand inside my Banga water. So yes, this is what you have to do. This is the first step to getting it right. So after that, I just on my gas and started cooking. So this is the proper view of this Banga right now, after separating the kernels, the flesh from the water. So immediately I on my gas, I like to put in my stock fish and my dry fish that I've properly washed with a hot water. So I do this even before it starts boiling, because I would want everything to soften up at the same time. So this is my ehuru I told you about. I have already roasted it. As you can see, it's black. And after removing the back, I'm still going to put it in the fire again to make sure that the flavor is coming out. So yes, my Banga is already boiling right now. So this is my pepper, ginger, crayfish, and garlic. I blended them together. Then I want to pour it right now because the Banga's water is a little bit thickened, as you can see. So I poured in the pepper, ginger, and garlic and every other thing inside that plate in there, and I covered it and allowed it to boil. So yes guys, so the next thing I would want to do right now is to go in with my stock. That is my meat and the water at the same time. I just pour everything in there and I stir it to make sure that it is properly combined. So after I might have done that, I just allow it to boil again. here we have allowed it to boil, and we are going in next right now with my ehuru, my blended ehuru and erima. This is my erima and ehuru. I'm trying to pour it in there right now for the flavor to come up. Guys, immediately you put this thing inside your banga soup or stew, your kitchen will be covered. Trust me, like everywhere, the flavor will be everywhere, and it's so amazing. The aroma is wow. So here I'm going in with the second cube because I've already put the first cube inside the meat. Then after that I add salt. I just realized that I did not show you salt when I was showing you everything I'm going to use to cook the food, but I shall know that everyone knows that you can't cook without salt. So yes, I just added the salt and I stirred it properly. You know, all those things that usually hang on the sides of those pots, I make sure I bring them down to the stew and cover. So after that I came in with my nchao, guys. So nchao is also called scent leaf, and when you are actually at the part of this cooking, then you know it's time to round up, because the leaves, you don't want them to overcook. So I just poured my nchao, I stirred it and covered it, allowed it to boil a little bit again. Then I came in again with my ugu leaves, which is the last thing we are going to be adding in this delicious pot of yumminess. So we are going to add our ugu. For some people this ugu might be too much, but for me, I just like it this way. It's a perfect way for me because we love vegetables. So yes guys, this is actually what we have. So after this I just stir it up to be well combined again. Then in this particular place you have to taste for salt and you know every other thing to make sure they are in order. So after that I just turn off the heat. Oh my god guys, can you see the final look of this food? So I just turn off the heat right now. This is the final look and we have come to the end. Final look. So this is it guys, and we've come to the end of the video. Bye.
Yeah, I just eating my
Hi guys, good morning. It's the next day.
What do you want
Stop
to do?
making noise. So guys, it's the next day after cooking that ofaku.
Yeah.
Guys, I cooked that ofaku in the midnight.
No be
Like
small.
after 1 I was still awake.
I came outside the way we saw person inside kitchen. Cooking. I thought it was a dream.
But guys, I went to church this morning still. We went to church. My hubby went to church too, and my kids. Before I came back, oh, this man has already ran home.
Yeah.
To eat my delicious ofaku. Eh? I tell them if it's sweet. Better don't lie, you.
The truth is that the ufaku is just natural. That's why I like it most.
It's natural.
Yeah, it's
And
natural.
and what? And sweet.
When I mean it's something is natural, it simply means that
Sometimes something can taste natural, but it's not sweet, man.
it's tasty. Let me use the word. It's very tasty.
The question is,
It's very delicious. That word sweet is not very
nice and tasty.
Yes.
You not allow us to do our videos.